you're a sourdough girly, I actually just started to be one. This is going to be a recipe using sourdough discard to make some homemade Cheez-Its. I made these a couple weeks ago. They were super easy. We loved them. And I'm also going to try out some different cheeses. The first time I tried it, I used the extra sharp cheddar. I'm going to do that again because we really liked it. But I've got this Italian style cheese that honestly needs to be used. It's best by March 15th. So we're gonna try some Italian style Cheez-Its as well. So come along for the ride with me. Okay, the other thing that I'm obsessed with now and honestly wouldn't get, I've never had before, is a food scale. I'm not doing it to measure portions out, as you might know from seeing any of my other content. I try to stay away from measurements. I try to take that anti-diet approach. So it has nothing to do with that. I honestly just started using it with all the sourdough recipes. And when I took my first sourdough class, the instructor was she was right. She basically said you're never going to want to measure in any other measurement again, because we dirty up so many measuring cups when we're cooking or baking. And this, you just get your bowl out, you put all your ingredients in, and this is like literally the only thing that you get dirty. So for the most part, depends on what you're making. So that's why I started to use this a little more often, usually just for the sourdough recipes. If you are interested, I think I got this for like $10 or $12 off Amazon. So we're starting with 200 grams of sourdough discard. It also calls for about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm not sure what that is in grams. It told me on the recipe. I just don't know off the top of my head. So I'm melting 2 tablespoons of butter, and I'll dump that in next. Okay. Perfect. And it's unsalted butter that I'm using. I actually use plant-based. I just like it a little bit better. And I know it's got some healthy fats. It doesn't really taste any different to me than regular butter. So I'm adding that in. Right now I've got the cheese, the sourdough starter, and the butter. And then you can season it with whatever you like. This recipe that I tried last time was onion powder and garlic powder, and we really liked it. So I'm just going to stick with that. And actually, I ran out of onion powder, so I might try something different or just stick with the garlic powder. We'll see. So we got garlic powder. Yes, I do have those containers that you take the seasoning out of its original container and put it in. I thought it was a cute idea at first. It is cute, but it's kind of stupid. So keep your normal plastic containers if you don't already have these. If you have these, yes, they're cute, but it's like you don't need it. There's barely any onion powder left, so I'm gonna see if I can get any. Little bit came out. I feel like that one guy that's like the salt, like this guy. Okay, not the best, but I don't feel like I have anything that would make the most sense. So we'll try this with mostly garlic powder, and then we'll see how it goes with just a little bit of onion powder this time around. And then we're gonna zero the scale, and I'm gonna do 30 grams of the extra sharp cheddar. And for both, because I said I'm gonna do Italian cheese and I'm gonna do extra sharp cheddar, so I'm doing the exact same thing for both. Obviously, I'm just changing the type of cheese that I'm using for each recipe. So I won't show you everything with the Italian style, obviously, but you're seeing it anyways. This is just a different cheese. But I will show you the end product and let you know how they are. Mix this all together. And it's honestly going to be really liquidy. You're just going to get your parchment paper on a pan and just dump this on it and spread it all around. I wanted to show you how thin to spread it out. So as you can see, it's actually spread out pretty thinly. So I just dumped everything onto the parchment paper and just started to spread with my spoon. Obviously, the thinner you make it, it's going to be a little more crispier, especially if it's on the outside. It might burn a little easier than in the middle. But regardless, you want it this thin. Again, you'll put it in the oven, bake for 10 minutes. You can pull it out and just do your cuts for the squares, and then put it back in that oven for 15 to 20 minutes. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. It smells really nice and cheesy. So what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna 10 minutes up. So I'm gonna pull these out and just cut some squares so that they shape. You really don't have to do this part, I think they said in the video, but I liked it because then when it was fully done, it was super easy to just peel off the parchment paper and just dump it into a container. You also do not have to cut all the way through. You just need to make the shape, and then once it bakes, it'll just easily come off the parchment paper in these shapes. Okay, so I just took the pizza cutter and I cut the squares. I'm gonna put this back in the oven for about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm gonna check it around 15 minutes and see if it could be done, especially because this part's already browning a bit. I don't like things super burnt, but I do like them crispy. So I'll check at 15 minutes, but you can go up to 20 minutes if you want to. Okay, here they are just out of the oven. As you can see, the outside obviously gets a little bit more crisp than the inside, but again, I don't like to burn mine, so I'm gonna stop there. It was probably right in between 15 and 20 minutes that I stopped it at. But they smell amazing, and I really cannot wait to try them. I already know I love this one because we had that one first. This one I'm gonna try for the first time, the Italian blend cheese that we put in here. Okay, I'm gonna try the Italian style ones right now. They're actually still pretty hot, but I like them when they're warm and just off the, or out of the oven. So again, this is the Italian style. It was already cut, it came off pretty easily. Okay, it is good, but I was expecting to like it a lot more than the sharp cheddar, and I definitely like the sharp cheddar better. But both are really good, and it's probably good just to mix them both up.